The tragedy of losing a mother is a heart-wrenching experience that leaves an indelible void in one's life. It is a profound and irreplaceable loss, casting a shadow that lingers long after she is gone. The impact reverberates through every aspect of existence, forever altering the landscape of the heart. When a mother is lost, a deep sense of emptiness settles in, as if a piece of one's soul has been torn away. The comforting presence that once enveloped in warmth and unconditional love is suddenly absent, leaving behind a profound ache that cannot be easily soothed. The world feels colder, less familiar, and far lonelier without her guiding hand. The loss of a mother is a shattering blow to the foundation of one's identity. She is the one who nurtured, molded, and shaped us into the individuals we have become. Her wisdom, guidance, and unwavering support have imprinted upon us, becoming an integral part of our being. To lose her is to lose an anchor, leaving us adrift in a sea of confusion and sorrow. Grief becomes a constant companion, weaving its way through the fabric of everyday life. It ebbs and flows, sometimes a dull ache and at other times an overwhelming surge of emotions. Memories become bittersweet reminders of what once was, evoking both joy and sadness. The absence of her presence is a constant reminder of what can never be again. In the wake of such a profound loss, it is natural to question one's purpose and navigate the complexities of life without her steady hand to guide the way. The journey of healing is a gradual process, unique to each individual. It requires time, patience, and a compassionate support system to navigate the tumultuous waters of grief. Yet, even amidst the sorrow, the legacy of a mother lives on. Her love, teachings, and the imprints she left upon our lives endure. We carry her spirit within us, finding solace in the memories, the lessons learned, and the indomitable strength she instilled. The tragedy of losing a mother may leave scars that never fully heal, but it is through embracing her enduring legacy that we can find moments of healing, resilience, and the courage to move forward. In the tapestry of life, a mother's absence leaves an irreplaceable thread. Yet her love and influence continue to weave through our lives, shaping who we are and reminding us to cherish the time we had together. In the face of such tragedy, we honor her memory by living each day with the love and grace she bestowed upon us, carrying her light within us always. Remember to hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you won't miss any of our future captivating stories. Together, let's celebrate the incredible journeys that make our world a more wonderful place. Bob and his wife, Nancy, battled to conceive until he decided he didn't want children. They battled over it one night, and she departed in her vehicle, never to return due to a car accident. When Bob returned to her cemetery a few days later, he was surprised to see a little kid there. Bob stepped out of his automobile and strolled to his destination. He'd had a terrible few days, and a flood of regrets had been running through his mind since the incident. He took a deep breath and reminisced on the previous few years of his life as he walked across the lush grass. Bob and Nancy married while they were in their 20s and spent years focused on their careers. They had just graduated from college and needed all the money they could obtain to get their lives started. As a consequence, children were given priority. However, as time went on, Bob grew to feel that having kids was a waste of time and money. Meanwhile, Nancy was truly interested in them, so they started trying for a child in their 30s. But nothing appeared to work. Nancy went to see a doctor who recommended different reproductive drugs that were useless. Bob started to fear that he was the root of the issue, but he refused to see an expert. "How do you intend to proceed? Please come back. We're not done yet." His pride had nothing to do with it. He became less and less interested in having a kid as they tried and failed to conceive one. He started reading about childless households and considered it a possibility for himself. They were affluent and had the freedom to do anything they wanted. He would be irritated by a youngster. Nancy, on the other hand, longed above all to be a mother. "Wouldn't it be lovely to play football with our children in our backyard?" she'd add as they walked by baby and toy shops. Bob could hardly hum when she said things like that. Nancy became weary of being ignored and never brought it up again. Bob mistakenly believed she was now ready to be a childless couple. Bob got concerned when Nancy started getting home late from work. She never did it, not even in her 20s when her job was at its hardest. She was at ease at work and had a prominent position in her company. As a consequence, Bob became convinced that Susan was cheating on him and intended to leave him. That was the catalyst for the worst night of his life. Nancy had just returned after another late night, and Bob was tired of it. "Where the heck have you been?" he yelled as soon as she stepped in. His manner had caught her off guard. "Exactly what do you mean?" "I was at work." "That is not correct. Please inform me of the truth." "What?" Nancy whispered. "I'm not lying." But her eyes slid to the side, and Bob picked up on her hesitation. "What are you hiding?" he exclaims, making her quiver. "Bob, please calm down. I'm not doing anything wrong," she started. Bob, on the other hand, was so outraged that he refused to listen to anything else. "Do you dare? You are an awesome woman. After all these years, I can't believe you'd go off like a floozy and find a man to give you kids." After hearing Bob make such heinous statements, Nancy had had enough. "I will not allow you to injure me in my own home," she responded. "No cheating wife will be tolerated." Nancy smiled and dashed out the door. "What are you going to do? Please come back. We are not finished here. I'll return when you calm down," she said as she got into her vehicle and drove away. Bob had just seen Nancy for the last time. He was killed in a car accident that night, and he was now visiting her grave, his heart heavy with grief. He could have done so much better. He should not have made such allegations against her, but he didn't have an option. And now he'd never know the truth. He came to a stop when he reached the gravestone and spotted a tiny child sitting in front of it on the grass, talking to it. He observed two individuals observing the boy and waited for him to finish a few feet away. Bob became confused by what was going on and approached the youngster. When the youngster saw someone else, he looked up, and Bob welcomed him warmly. "Good day, young guy. What precisely do you intend to accomplish here?" The youngster pursed his lips and returned his sight to the gravestone for a little while. "This is my mum speaking." Bob's brow wrinkled, and he almost backed off, but he held his calm and said, "Really? Because she is my wife, and we have no children." He went on, trying to make his words seem hilarious. "She did say she was going to adopt me soon," the youngster said, raising his head. "And she informed me that I would have a father as well." Finally, Bob observed two individuals coming from a few feet away. "Good day, sir," one of them inquired. "Are you Bob Macklin?" "Yes, I am," he said, still perplexed. "Good day, sir. It's a pleasure to meet you. We volunteer at a local orphanage. My name is Sarah, and this is Stanley." Nancy Macklin had been paying Kurt visits for some weeks before her death. Sarah stated, "She told us she wanted to adopt him, but she always claimed her husband wasn't persuaded yet." Everyone was ultimately shocked, but this was better than believing she was disloyal to their marriage. Nonetheless, she should have informed him. "I had no idea what she was up to," Bob said, stunning the orphanage staff. "Yes, I see. We found out about her death, and it was difficult to explain anything to Kurt, so we took him here. I hope that's okay," the lady went on. "Please accept my heartfelt sympathies, sir." Bob thanked her and saw the kid conversing with his wife. After a few moments, he made a critical choice that he felt would honor his wife and atone for his actions on the day she died. He began seeing Kurt personally with the aid of Sarah, and the child was eager to tell him about his encounters with Nancy. Soon after that, they gave him permission to be Kurt's foster father, and he became Kurt's legal father a few years later.